Hello and welcome back to my Dragon Age Inquisition on Nightmare Let's Play. Last time we finished off doing some management and cleaning up the hinterlands, and we have a war table mission to check up on. Might just be Liliana getting gold, but I don't remember. Well, we're gonna check just to make sure. And then we're gonna be off to the Storm Coast, where we've got some stuff going on that we can finally do. We're almost at level 9, so we're almost ready to go to this mission. But first, I want to stuff. Alright, so here's the mission. Upon the Waking Sea, we found what we were looking for, an ancient vault all buried in the thick vegetation at the heart of the island, no doubt untouched for over 1,000 years. The effort to open the vault without setting off traps was considerable. What we found within was interesting. According to an agent named Ryan, this was the retreat of one of the last of Andraste's disciples, a guardian who fled some manner of attack on the site of the sacred ashes. He expected reinforcement by other disciples who never arrived. Whatever texts the man thought to preserve have mostly crumbled. We recovered a number of other artifacts from the site. It is a significant find that will undoubtedly prove of great interest to Chantry scholars, even if it will take them years to sort through all the debris. We had a figurine of armored Andraste. That's likely just a thing we can sell for some spare cash, which is fine. And for that, we are going to head on over to the Storm Coast. There's a mission or two there I want to do, which will undoubtedly bring me up to level 9. And once we've sort of cleared that area, a few things, we can go and take care of the mage quest. And that'll be sort of a long-term plan. So yeah, Storm Coast, very rainy, very dreary type place, but it's got a couple quests there. So another early-ish game area. A lot smaller than the hinterlands overall. Certainly not small. It's only a few areas, like, in this game that are small, really. There's only some small, like, cities, and there's a small city, a city. I guess it's just Valparaiso is the only city you really get to go to. You know, there's areas that are incidentally small, but in terms of an area with sort of quests and such, there aren't really too many that could be called small, as maybe one or two. Anyway, we're gonna go and we're gonna ignore this quest at the first moment. I'm going to just do something that I am kind of cheeky of me, and it's perhaps a little me doing something just because I know it's going to pay off later, but we're going to go to a cave sort of to the northern section, but I will set this as the active quest because it is going to be our active quest at some point very soon. But first I want to head up the coast to the north here and get something that I need. Anyway, so there's a bandit. We're gonna toss that down. If they try to come out and reach us, they get paralyzed. And then we can take that on. Womble, need you to tank. That was the only way for me to get out of that charging move, but it works. Stun the shield so that I can actually hit him. Do that, and then dash through. Alright. We seem to be getting our strategies down pretty well. Also of note, they are only level 7, even though I am now level 8. Which means that their maximum level to scale up to is 7. You'll notice that in this game there is a bit of level scaling, which kind of goes against what they originally said about the game, but I understand why they said what they did, and to some extent it makes sense. The game does have level scaling that enemies will scale within a range. Essentially every area has a range. It's a lot like the first Dragon Age with Blood Mage or different. So basically, an enemy or an area's range could be, to spit out random numbers, could be, like, let's say level 7 to 15. It means if you got there at level 7, they'd be level 7. If you got there at level 4, they'd be level 7. Get there at level 11, they'll be level 11. If you get there at 15, they'll be 15. And you get there at 22, they'll be 15, essentially. The difference between this game and the first Dragon Age is notably that the levels never stick. In the first Dragon Age, if you got to an area at a certain level, all of the enemies in that area would become locked to sort of a specific range, and they would not change based on, you know, as you journey through it. So it would sort of give you a sense of growing more powerful. So sort of the enemies were, you know, maybe level 4 when I got into this area, and they stay level 4. So by the end of this area, I'm, I don't know, level 9, maybe. Which is a huge leap, but let's just, you know, you get the idea. So as I leveled up in that area, they don't level up. Right? Inquisition, they do level up with you. So these Deep Stalkers and the guys in here are level 8, which means that likely their range is different. So perhaps they will continue leveling up with me as I get to higher and higher levels. Perhaps they won't. So you sort of run into that in different areas, and different enemies within those areas often have different ranges, so as to give you a chance to always have enemies to fight at your level, because the other thing this game did is that things stop giving you experience if you out-level them by 3 levels. So if I'm level 15 and an enemy is level 11, they don't give me experience anymore for killing them, because they're at the point where it's too easy. So that's also a big change. So that gives them the incentive to have things level up to a point, so they follow you. I just found that that mechanic was interesting. It was different than what they originally said. I think the way they phrased it in their previews of the game, they sort of implied that everything had a static level that never changed. So you'd go to an area and it was like, well, these guys level 7. They'll never, you know, if you got their level 3, they'd be level 7. Get their level 10, they'll be level 7. There's always undoubtedly the same, and that is definitely not true, which is fine, but that was sort of what they perhaps just incorrectly or unintentionally implied. So, you know, I like to explain how these things work, because you've seen that a bit. Things in the hinterlands seemed to stay my level as I progressed through. Eventually that would stop, you know. Eventually we would reach the point where they weren't going to just continue being exactly the same as me. But they make the range pretty big, so you can continuously play and feel like you're leveling up and, you know, having a progressive experience rather than having a point where it just sort of caps off. It also makes it easier for them to, at least at this early stage where there aren't as many areas, keep you in the same area for a while and do a bunch of stuff without you getting bored or feeling like you're over-leveling or, you know, that type of stuff. It works. And then later, when you unlock more areas, it lets it so that, you know, if you're, depending on how you sort of play it, you can start different areas at different times and they'll always sort of be appropriate to you. Or certain areas will always be too strong for you to start out until you hit a certain level. So their minimum might be like, you know, 15, 16, or higher even, maybe. So you can't go to those until later. So, the system works. It does what its job, and I like it. And it can give you a good metric of when to leave an area if you're really starting to out-level things consistently. Alright. You're a jerk. Potion. Come on. Yay. Level 9 for you. I believe the next thing I need is a passive that I want is here. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yes. So every stat attack shortens my cooldowns. It's going to help me get off more moves faster. So the one before that I took the mana regen one. So between those two, it's going to get me flinging off spells a lot faster, which is going to be helpful. So like I said last episode, I think You get your class specialization when you're at, I think, level 10, and
Someone should pay for
reach a
this.
point in the story.
It looks like the bandits are camped further along the beach.
So when you read this, yes. These notes were found near murdered soldiers. It's not our place to disagree. They're attempting to set themselves up along the shore, and we have orders. We are the sword, not the hand that wields it. You taught me that. If they're worthy, let them come with the Mercy's crest, the blades of Assyrian will listen. You will only get yourself cast out, or worse. So we see that gives us an optional quest to
Our men were murdered
requisition.
by a group called the Blades of Assyria.
Well, they'll explain it in a
If
second.
you're interested, it looks like we can challenge their leader.
Naming themselves after the sword that killed Andraste. Ambitious.
So yeah, notably, the requirement for that is Thiefstalker hide and Serpent Stone. So I was getting some Serpent Stone just by wandering about, but Thiefstalker hide, I bought Thiefstalkers in that cave that we went and explored for a second. So that was why I went there, just so we would have the Thiefstalker hide sort of ahead of time without having to work towards it. Yeah, this ladder is going to lead me to a shard that I can collect, ha ha ha. And then we have to craft this at the requisition table. So let's go back to camp so we can craft this. Because this is the good way to do the quest, obviously. We don't want to just kill them all. We want to do this the best way. So we can requisition Mercy's crest, and we will. So if I equip this accessory, of course it doesn't really do anything otherwise, so I did my +5 magic for a moment. But now we can go, and we can challenge their leader. And if we win, then theoretically it'll be different. We won't have to wipe them all out. We can sort of deal with our grievances that way. Because they were killing our soldiers, but it looks like, you know, all that really happens is that, you know, they're just following orders. Sorry, they will all just talk and start combat and plan things at the same time. So they were just following their orders. So if we can challenge their leader and say, you are a bad leader, then perhaps we will convince them to, well, we'll probably have to kill him. And then we can tell him that his orders were bad, and they will stop following his orders, because he is dead. We defeated him. This is all in theory, of course, but, well, I know what's going to happen, but you guys don't. So in theory, this should be the way to solve this more peacefully. At least more peacefully than just going and killing them all. Oh, look, a book I'm going to read. Okay, this codex. So it looks like it's through here, so we're going to sort of want to go through, follow the beach for a bit. So this cave here. There's some resources I can collect. I think it's just a lot of iron, but iron is good. Need lots of iron. This sort of lower place. And I suppose a bunch of serpent stone, but ain't nothing wrong with getting a little bit of iron. Black Lotus. Black Lotus is a rarer herb that is mostly used for making upgrades. So that's good. However, that does remind me, I realized something off camera. When I rejected Sarah into the Inquisition, I chose not to take her as a party member. I lost the ability to gain a specific item. There is a recipe for crafting a specific potion. I may use methods off camera to acquire this recipe without gaining Sarah. Ideally, what I should have done, but I was not paying attention, was take Sarah, get the recipe, and then kick her out. Because she's like one of the only members you can actively kick out after accepting. So I forgot that she was the person who gives you this recipe, just because I blanked. So yeah. not show you exactly how to do it, as it does involve questionable methods. But simply to say, it is possible that I could get it without having to reload all the way back to when I rejected her and played the entire game back up to this point again. Which would be, simply put, a pain. Oh, I think I'm gonna step out into the beach for a second and show you guys something. I think I should keep going on the beach anyways, so it doesn't matter. Ha ha ha! Look at what we have there. That is a dragon. And it is fighting something. You can see from afar, it is fighting a giant. You can sort of see him right there. So, this is not the place where you can fight this dragon. This dragon will fly away when I get close, and it's something I don't really fight until much, much later. The giant I can go and fight, and I might. He is level 8, so I am now... My character is just leveled up just enough to be stronger than him.
Okay, that's badass.
Iron Bull and I have the same sentiment about these things.
Try not to get eaten, shall we?
Don't you shoot me. Chain lightning. So now the dragon's gonna fly away. Alright, no, maybe not. I think as we get closer, it's gonna fly away. So it'll tell us the dragon is 1 level when we get close to it now. If I can cling on, it says it's level 8. So in theory, it's level where I can fight it, unlike the Hinterlands dragon that's level 12. But this dragon will fly away, we cannot fully fight it, and it is not level 8 the next time you find it, which you won't be able to find it again until you are a much higher level and much farther into the plot of the game. So it is not a low level dragon. However, it has almost beaten that giant, so it is in my best interest to get close so that the looting of the giants can be done by me. We just sit here and help pick off this giant from far away. Now the dragon will fly away, and the giant's looting should be ours. Giants have a lot of loot, because they are so huge. Got gold, free army battle mage armor, unfortunately only for humans, but maybe it'll be good for Vivienne. Vanguard male level 8, probably not as good as what Vivienne has. And then, so he did not drop as much.
To be murdered and left in a dank hole.
So he did not drop as much as I expected, likely because he is not one of the giants we can beat by ourselves, the gamer. The developers probably thought of that, but let's see if this is better than what she's got. And I will say that I think this is better than what she's wearing. Granted, it does not look like armor Vivienne would wear, because this armor is going to sort of show up same on everyone, because it's sort of a specific faction armor. But it is better than what she's got, so I'm going to give it to her for now. Sorry, Vivienne, I know these clothes are completely out of style and fashion for you, but alas, you need to be armed and ready for battle. Maybe I'll craft her something when we get back. That seems like a good idea. She can use the arms and legs she has now, but I can craft her a better base that has more armor, like mine. I believe, yeah, I have like 107. Barracks got 101. Vivienne now has 89 before 70 something, and then Bull has 39. That's about right. I think I need to get her. Technically, Varric should have higher than mine, because rogues wear medium and I wear light, but I'm not going to split hairs. See if he's fine with the armor he's got. Vivienne, though, so notice how these guys are not hostile, because I'm wearing the Mercy's crest that I crafted.
Someone's come with a challenge. The others failed.
So yeah. So now we can talk to this guy.
So you would challenge the blades of Asari?
I represent the Inquisition.
You killed soldiers of the Inquisition. You cannot let this stand.
This is true.
You want justice? Claim it.
He's attacking me. And it's Mavari, but notice everyone else appears to be not getting involved. Normally if we came in here we'd have to fight a much larger group of people, but now we can just sort of deal with this smaller group. Place down a bat cage. That makes things better for me. Especially on this higher difficulty, an easier fight is an easier fight. Chain lightning. And there we go. Seems to have completed the quest.
It's done. Provided no one stabs you in the back on the way out.
And
Your work. The blades of the Sarian are at your service. If you want eyes on the coast, here we are.
investigate. You work for me now.
You and your blades are loyal to the Inquisition?
We're loyal to you. I suppose that's the same thing, Your Worship.
Is that simple?
So there's no ill will over what happened with your former boss.
The man was past. You're not the first to stand up. You're just the first to win, and we're happy. Besides, I would rather swear my life to the Herald of Unjust.
Blades of Asarian.
I've not heard of the Blades of the Series.
Our work is often misunderstood, but we serve Unjust, and with it we serve the real.
Anything to report?
Do you have anything to report?
Nothing of note, Your Worship.
And goodbye.
I should go.
Safe travel, Your Worship.
It gives us power +2. And power +1. And an agent acquired, the Blades of Asarian. So yeah, they do indeed work for me now. And another power +1. Not sure why. But it all works out. Let's loot the camp really quickly. Re-equip my magic amulet because it's better for me. And now any Blades of Asarian out on the coast will not attack me. They are my faction now. They work for me. True and simple. So,
Hey, Varric, I was reading your stuff. Where do your bad guys come from?
Well, some of them come from Deventer, and some are Ben Hazrat spies. But I like the stories where the villain was the man beside you the whole time. The best villains don't see themselves as evil. They're fighting for a good cause, willing to get their hands dirty.
All right, that's really deep and all, but I meant where do the bad guys come from, literally? The way you write it, it's like they just fall from the sky and land on top of the hero.
I like to leave some things to the reader's imagination.
You alright?
It's just a girl. I remember them. No.
okay. With that, I think there's more stuff to do here, but I think I'm going to save it for a different time. Let's go back to Haven. I want to show you, do a few management things, and then get us ready to take on the, you know, this big mage quest. And actually, I'm going to do something in preparation for it, just to make sure that we're all good. Something that's going to seem strange. But it has a purpose. That it does. So firstly, let's go sell some things. That is sort of first on my agenda. We got an operation for the Blades of Asarian, so we can go take a look at that too. need you anymore, so you can go. I don't think it'll be useful. Hang on to you for the moment. You're not very good. Saving you. You're not. I might hang on to you because I want to get your upgrades off of you. These I need to save for my other people to be level 9. Daggers that don't matter. Staffs that don't matter. One-handed axe doesn't matter. So yeah, that's 160 gold. That was the thing I got from that operation, so that's pretty decent. And alright. Let's go into modify armor for a moment. And I want to strip this armor of these, because they might be useful. Who's to say? Sell the base armor. Because the base armor isn't any useful to me. I just need to get the upgrade off of it. And I'm going to craft some armor. However, I will tell you ahead of time, this is not for Vivienne. Unlike you might assume. So it's a different purpose. It's the best armor I have. Yes, it's this. So we're going to make the best armor I have. Again. As I did before. The colors here. Ooh. That is a wool I will be saving for myself in the future. So we only have enough cotton to do this, so that's fine. Let's make the leather. Nug skin, get some range defense, that's decent, and then see the Evernote will is very green, which I like. Green is my favorite color. Magic defense, tail bonus, electrical resistance, spirit resistance. Let's give a spirit resistance. We've known that to be useful. So this armor it is a mysterious coat, and it is not going to me, or Vivienne, or Solus. You may have a theory on who it's going to if you've been paying attention. What was the... Let me go into modified armor and see. So the mysterious coat, the arms... I think I can give it something better. So let's craft some better arms, but I like that. That is decent, I think, for the moment. Now let's make some better arms. Basically, what do I... These are just two inverses of each other, otherwise the same. Let's just do the armor arms for fun. Let's give it... Let's say more range defense. And some magic defense, maybe. Give it a little bit of limbs. And on here. Arms. So this will go to someone. Not I, not Vivienne, and not Solus. We're saving it for someone. Someone who otherwise would not be able to get equipment. And weapons. I think I might want to make a new weapon as well. I think we're going to be okay as far as weapons go. I'm not going to worry about that as much. But this symbol is an enhanced level 12. I'm going to give to Blackwall Works Sandra. Sandra has a level 12, so let's get Blackwall's other level 12. These are for rogues, and otherwise not important to me. So, yeah.
Need something? Let me know.
So let's go check out that war table operation. That'll be the last thing I do on this episode. And then, next episode, we will, I think, continue with the plot. So, that'll be exciting. But first, let's go do this. I think those noises occurred on this, which is unfortunate because they shouldn't, but I believe you heard them, which is frustrating. And it's just my Windows making noises about things appearing and getting connected and unconnected. I don't know what. My headphones are still working, and that's the only important USB thing I have. So So I don't know what happened. I don't know why I made that noise, and I'm sorry if it's loud and upsetting. Kind of loud and upsetting to me. So, an offer for the Blades of Viserion. Your worship, the Blades of Viserion keep supplies along the shore. Consider them at your...
You're not pleased.
I am not convinced we are prepared for the full scrutiny of Valkyrie.
Consider them at your disposal. Our former leader can increase our cash significantly, although some concern is dishonorable. Lay work for you, let them keep the supplies you know little this group grounds, and instead they acknowledge what's sharing. We could use the resources those soldiers can deliver them. Which you can seem fine with. I'm going to agree with Liliana. Let's have them keep stuff for themselves. That's what I'm going to do. So, when we return next time, we will continue with the plot, and we will go talk with the mages and figure out what exactly our plan